Speed running. It's an interesting art form, and yes, it is an art form, as you can tell from the runners who pour in hours and hours of their time into perfecting their runs of these games, memorizing frame data, endlessly practicing menus and platforming jumps in various speedrunning games. So why even talk about speedrunning? I mean, it is just video games, right? No. I fucking love speedrunners, and I feel they're way too underappreciated. They are some of the most hard-working people when it comes to video games. Let me be real with you for a second. Sometimes in life, it's hard to find something you're passionate about, and the runners I've seen love what they do and generally have an amazing time doing what they love, and that is so great to see, and that's something we really don't see in traditional art forms anymore. Speedrunning started as early as Super Mario Bros. For the NES. Nowadays, the world record for that game is somewhere around 4 minutes, which to casual players seems impossible. But after enough hard work and practice, literally anyone could be that good. And that, I feel, is what is so interesting about speedruns, is that everyone is on an even playing field. Everyone must fight within the confines of the game they're speedrunning. Now, depending on the game you may be playing, you might get things like RNG, which stands for Random Number Generator, and sometimes being lucky or unlucky can make or break a run. But in my opinion, that only adds more interest in getting a lower time in that respective game, because now you know that if you get lucky, you may very well be the next record holder of your favorite video game. Now, a lot of games aren't meant to be spedrun. However, some games offer you rewards for beating the game under a certain time. One popular example of this is Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance. If you finish the game fast enough, you get to see a less clothed Samus Aran, the faster your time. Currently, the world record for Fusion is 45 minutes, which grants you the best ending picture. On the flip side, you have games that never intended for you to beat them as fast as you can. Typically, in games that have a large story and require you to wait through cutscenes, which is why when it comes to speedrunning these types of games, people have found ways around cutscenes by exploiting glitches in games in order to beat the game faster. And there isn't anything inherently wrong with that either, as it actually forces the runner to find a creative and unique way around these scenarios, which can make the run that much more interesting to watch. Now, how can we talk about speedrunning without talking about the games that people often like to speedrun? One of the most popular games to speedrun is probably Super Mario 64, and I tell you, these speedrunners mean business. I mean, the best example I can think of was when a runner by the name of Simple Flips faced off against 10 YouTubers in a Super Mario 64 any percent run, and won. That's impressive. Another interesting speedrunning group is Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is personally my favorite game of all time, but more on that in another video. Looking at this game from a speedrunning perspective is insane. There are so many things you have to do at the exact right time, it almost becomes a choreographed dance. It truly is a work of art to see a high-level speedrunner play Kingdom Hearts. And not only did watching Kingdom Hearts speedruns pique my interest for speedrunning as a whole, but it also showed me all the good that speedrunning can do for the world. In the very first speedrun of Kingdom Hearts I watched, I saw that it was a stream dedicated to raising money for charity, which blew my mind. To hell with the old people who say, "No good can come from video games." This right here proves that a lot of good can come from video gaming as a whole. Not to mention the fact that they weren't just donating to some random sketchy-ass charity either. They were donating to NAMI. And no, not the One Piece character. NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which is a cause I'd personally put a lot of money into. After just one run, they were able to raise over $17,000 for this cause, and I think that speaks volumes. I encourage any of you to go check out or even attempt your own speedruns of games you enjoy. Even if speedrunning isn't your thing to do, then I would highly recommend just watching some because they are really stunning pieces of art and are really entertaining. And I hope I was able to educate you a little bit on the world of speedrun. Hey, I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please hit that subscribe button and let me know if you liked this style of video with the animation mixed with gameplay footage. Your feedback really helps me out a lot. And if you like the idea of speedruns, then be sure to stay tuned, as I plan on doing a series where I, someone who's never done a speedrun of a game in my life, constantly play through Kingdom Hearts and try to get a lower time each playthrough. I'll be streaming my road to become a speedrunner either here or on Twitch at some point, so be sure to follow my Twitter at Yukiola5 to know when and where I go live. That's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next